Hi! Would you like a sneak peek into the 2016 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog? Well, of course! And today I'm demonstrating for you a Christmas card I designed using the new Christmas Pines stamp set and the Pretty Pines Thinlits dies. Come and watch! I'm so glad you're joining me today. Welcome to StampingSmiles.com. I'm Shelley Godbee, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 15 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand-stamped smiles. And so my Christmas card is pretty simple, but is stepped up with some added dimension provided by the Pretty Pines Thinlits dies. The Christmas Pines bundle, which includes the stamp set and the Pretty Pines Thinlits dies, is one of my absolute favorite products from the 2016 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. You can use this beautiful set alone to make a Christmas card like we're going to today, or you know it's going to make beautiful accents for other projects too. And also today we're using one of the patterns from the Presents and Pine Cones Designer Series paper. Isn't this pretty? Stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to show you the accessories that are going to be available in my 2016 Holiday Catalog product share. And you'll find out how to get a portion of all of those accessories and the designer papers. Before we do our die cutting, we have one thing to stamp, and so I have here some crumb cake cardstock and then two of the pine cone stamps. These are fantastic. We have the solid and then all this detail. You know, when I first started stamping, whenever it came to a two-step, I always started with the lightest color and then put my detail over top. Well, now that we have photopolymer, I'm finding out it's easier to do just the opposite. So we're going to start with the early Espresso Classic Stampin' Pad. Push, flip, lock that lid into place. So we're going to ink this up and let's stamp. Oh, great. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's go ahead and close this. Flip that lip and there we go. Okay, and so then the crumb cake. Push, flip, lock that lid into place. Now, I already have crumb cake cardstock and I could probably stop there, but I like the added color. Tone on tone is one of my favorites. So we're going to ink up our solid stamp and see, now that we can see through them, we'll be able to put this right on there. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So now we're ready to do the die cutting. The Pretty Pines dies are named Thinlits because most of them are intricate dies, but we do have two framelit dies, and you can see they're open in the center, so we can center them around a stamped image to die cut. Alright, and so we use a different sandwich for that. So I have here the magnetic platform. With the purchase of the Big Shot die cutting machine, you don't get the magnetic platform, so you could use the multi-purpose platform, but the magnetic platform just makes it so much easier. So if you're doing the framelits dies, do get yourself a magnetic platform. You will love it. So that is the start of our sandwich, and then we have a cutting pad, and then our cardstock. And so then our die we're going to frame, and that clings. See that? It's so fantastic. If we didn't have this, we would use some sort of low adhesive tape to hold that down. Okay, but then I'm going to use the other one too. Alright, and this time we're not going to do a stamped image. We're just putting that on there. So now those are in place. The rest of our sandwich is another cutting pad. So let's go ahead and crank these right through. Fantastic. Oh, okay, so that's stuck there. So we have this one, all right, because we're going to do something with the thinlits for it, and that. And so now we're going to change out our sandwich because we're going to use our thinlits dies. Okay, so let me take this off. And here we have the Big Shot platform. Now this does come with the purchase of a Big Shot die cutting machine. And then because we're using the thin intricate dies, we need the thin die adapter, and that's included with the Big Shot platform. And if you don't have this, you can purchase this separately, the Big Shot platform. Okay, so then the next part of our sandwich is the precision, let's turn this around, precision base plate. This is wonderful for the thin intricate dies. It cuts through them so beautifully. And you put the writing side down. Okay, so we're building our sandwich. And then we need our cardstock. I have here some early espresso cardstock. And then the dies. We've got 3 different styles of pine cones. Let's go ahead and use this one. We're going to put that cutting edge down. You can feel it. All right. And then I have here some Emerald Envy cardstock. Isn't this beautiful? It's going to be so pretty with the pines. And so then I've got this pine. And there are 3, but I'm going to use these 2 smaller ones. Now this is not magnetic, but when you're doing the intricate dies, it isn't something that you're framing around and you need that precision, so it works out just fine. All right, and so the rest of our sandwich then is a cutting pad. So let's go ahead and crank this through. All right, it is tight, but you want that. And then once I get it through, I like to just go ahead and back up. You know, it's a real good rule of thumb with the Thinlits dies to just do it twice to help get that really great cut. Okay, so let me push this aside. And I have here my Big Shot die brush, and then you have this pad that comes with it. So roll this over, and look, the dies just pop right off. The precision base plate really helps that, and then the brush does too. So these are going to pop right out. Oh, look at that. Okay. Oh my goodness. These are going to be so great with so many projects. Okay. And then the same thing with our pine cone. Look how that pops out. And all these little pieces. Let's try a little bit more. Okay. And then you can always take your paper piercing tool to finish getting this out, just to get it started so we have something to grab. I use my paper piercing tool for so much more than paper piercing. I mean, the paper piercing is cool, but nothing compared to all the other things I use it for. Okay, so we get this out. Isn't that nice? Look at that detail. So we do want to get out the rest of these, but you know, it die cut it so well that they're just popping out real easily. They're just small, so this little point is very, very helpful. So I need 3, so I'm going to die cut 1 more of the medium, and then we're going to start working on the card with some stamping. Now that we have our die cutting done, we're ready to start stamping. So I have here a piece of Whisper White cardstock and this diagonal stripe paper from the Presents and Pinecones Designer Series paper. I just love stripes and plaids and polka dots. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place this on my Whisper White cardstock without adhering it because it's going to help me with the placement of my Noel stamp. This is also included in the Christmas Pines stamp set. Okay, and the colors I'm using are coming from that paper. We've already used the Emerald Envy. We'll be using Mint Macaron and right now Cherry Cobbler. I have here the Cherry Cobbler Classic Stampin' Pad. We're going to push, flip, lock that lid into place. Let's go ahead and ink up our Noel. I just love our pads. You don't have to wail on them. Look at that great coverage. I barely have to press on there. Okay, I'm going to be putting ribbon around here, so I know I don't want to go all the way to that line, but fairly close. So let's go ahead and let's hold it down for an extra second or 2 because it's a nice solid stamp. We want that good deep color. Oh, look at that. And that is going to dry a little bit, or I mean lighten as it dries. So let's go ahead and put this away. We're going to pull in that lip, flip it, click. We know it's shut and it isn't going to dry out on us. Fantastic. So now we'll just go ahead and put that aside. We're ready to add some of these beautiful pine needles. And there are 2 steps so you can get that detail. So at first I thought, wait a minute. All right, so here's the difference. This has the line connecting all the needles. This one doesn't. So this is the detail. And so this would get the lightest color. And we're going to start with the darkest color, which is the Emerald Envy. So let's go ahead, push, flip, right, and lock that lid. So let's go ahead and ink this up. You know, this is small enough you can do it that way, or it will fit on the pad like this. Okay, and so I have my Noel, and this is going to, like I said, help me with the placement of my needles. All right, because I want to get some of these needles on here. Oh, I think this is looking really good. Great. Okay, it's going to get so much better as we add these. So let's go ahead and put that away. Okay, and now for our mint macaron, push, flip, right. Let's ink this up. All right, we got that great coverage. And so now we are going to line it up exactly because this is going to make it look fuller. And, all right, let's go for it. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Now I have done both steps with the same color, and I really did like that too, really full. But I like the two-tone color that we have going on here. Very, very nice. So now let's go ahead and we can adhere this down. And I have here my fast fuse adhesive. We're going to put our finger where those ridges are. And it was so hard trying to pick a pattern from those papers. That's pretty too, isn't it? Okay, but anyway, so I say usually an inch in each corner, but this is not much more than an inch long in width, so let's go ahead and run it the full length of that. And then when you stop, take it to one side, slide it to the right or slide it to the left, and that's going to help stop it from getting that hot stringy cheese, because that can happen with this. Alright, so now we want this flush to the both sides and the bottom. I find it easiest if I just hold it up in the air because I can see what I'm doing and get it where I want. Is it sticking to me? Okay, I like to turn it over and make sure nothing's hanging out. Oh, look at that. Nothing on either side or the bottom. Now I can press because I'm very happy with my placement. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, why don't we go ahead and before we add all that, I have some ribbon. I have here the 3/8 inch mint macaron sheared ribbon. Isn't this pretty? Okay, so let me tell you, I did on my, the sample I made, and I tried tying it around and my bow kept going lopsided and that was getting in the way. So I tried it 3 times. I said, okay, we are done. We're going to do something else. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead along the back. We're going to put some of this fast fuse adhesive. Okay, I'm trying to get, there we go. And then do you notice one time I slide to the right, once to the left? That's keeping the adhesive. Well, I think I did 2 rights in a row, and see, my adhesive, I want to keep that in the center. Okay, so I have to bring it back. I'm glad I showed you. So you do want to rotate to keep it right in the center. Okay, so let's do this. And I don't need a lot hanging over the back. Oh, I like that. And see, I'm just letting that on there. Whoops, there we go. Let's come over here and press, and that's nice and even, so that is great. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and make sure that's stuck down really well. This is great. We're not up into our N, and so I want my little bow over here, so we're just going to feed this through and make ourselves a bow, and then it's going to lay just the way we want it then. Normally I'm really good about tying it around, but I thought, okay, we're done. We are just done fooling. And there was a solution. And I like this, tying it on instead of just gluing it on top. I like this. It just feels like it's more secure. This won't fall off if trying to go in and out of the envelope. Okay. So I'm still tying upside down because my experience is the tails of the bow always go away from me. So I just turn my paper to accommodate that. Okay. So let's tighten and do some fluffing and make ourselves our sweet little bow here. Oh, there we go. So, so sweet. Isn't this ribbon just really so pretty? So I'm just fooling and tightening, and there we go. Okay, so let's trim that off. There we go. Looking really, really nice. Let's go ahead and give this a little bit more of a trim job too. I'm cutting that at an angle. Oh, liking that. Okay, so there we go. Got that. And not ready to adhere this yet, but we're getting there. Here is our Emerald Envy base. Isn't that looking nice? Okay, so we're going to put all of this on here. And before I do all of that, after I got it done, I ended up taking it apart because I thought, boy, I would like it if we had some more pine needles in the corner. And so normally I stamp with, you know, I would open it up, but then I'd have it on the back. So we're going to keep it closed because I like a really flat surface for stamping, but still. Okay, so we've got that. So let's come back with the Emerald Envy because remember I love tone on tone. Let's open that up, and we're going to use the stamp that has the, you know, the pine needles connected, all right? And I haven't cleaned this. I used mint macaron. I'm not worried about a light color contaminating a pad like this. And so this is just going to be rather subtle. We're just going to add in that color. Let's add some there. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. And a little bit up here. Most of this will get covered up. But it's going to fill that corner. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gracious. Love, love, love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that away. Now we get to add all of this fantastic dimension. Okay, so we're ready to adhere this down. And because I have ribbon behind there, I'm not going to use the Fast Fuse adhesive. I'm going to use mini glue dots. Mini glue dots are good whenever you have a lot of texture or something that's not going to allow it to lay perfectly flat. And so, and they're a very strong adhesive. So I took that out because the other is not a dispenser. And, you know, I peeled back this until I could see a mini glue dot in the light. And I'm taking my paper to the glue dot. Because if I touch them, it's going to take away from the extreme stickiness. It won't be the end of the world, but that's what we're using this for because they are so extremely sticky. I could have also put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals, but I decided because of what I'm adding here, I didn't want this sticking up in those perhaps on the base of the card, you know, looking funky, right? If I had this dimensional up and that down, that could be sticking up. So I thought, nope, let's just use mini glue dots. And look what I did. Okay, we didn't press, so we're okay. So I just want to make sure I have this centered from the top and the bottom and the sides. Oh, looking really nice. You know, we could be done with our card here because it's so pretty, but wait until we start adding these in. All right, so now we just need some adhesive, and I have here the multi-purpose liquid glue, and I think there's a right side and a wrong side of these, and the others, I mean, you can use either, you know, if you want to turn it over for a different angle, but the angles are fine with me, and so I just think this side looks more finished than the back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and very gently squeeze, there we go, and get this on. And I'd like to hit every one of these if I possibly can, which of course we can, and it doesn't take that terribly long. Oh, yay. You could also use the fine tip glue pen. All right, fantastic. Let's just set that aside. Let's just do all of them, because then it's so much fun placing them. Okay. And so if you squeeze gently, then you don't get heavy-handed, because we don't want this squeezing out all over the place, that's for sure. I was just so excited when I saw this stamp set, like, oh boy, oh boy. Like I said, I know we're going to be using these beautiful dies with other projects. And this set, this is really a nice set. It has greetings and sentiments in it. I mean, it's the whole kit and caboodle, you know. Okay, there we go. Set that aside. Okay. And I think I got that one turned over. Oh, okay. We'll just spread that little bit of extra around. And so the Christmas Pines stamp set and the Pretty Pines Thinlits dies, well, of course, you want to get them in the bundle. When you use the bundle item number, you save 10% on both, and yeah, savings is a beautiful thing. And these will be available to order September 1st, 2016. So it's just a bit of a sneak peek ahead of time, because I also want to tell you about my share at the end. Okay, now look at this. We're going to put this on here. Isn't that great? Have that color coming through. So we just need some more adhesive for that. So September 1st, 2016 starts the, oh my gracious, incredible Stampin' Up! 2016 holiday catalog. They just did a fantastic job. And the Halloween this year, well, I think everything is just really, I love everything. The Halloween, I think, is the best ever. And I was just talking with a friend, and I said, you know, Christmas is what Christmas is, but things feel so fresh. Just so fresh and different, and yet very Christmassy all at the same time. Their designers are doing a marvelous, marvelous job. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Just love these pine cones. Okay, so now we're ready for some placement. So I'm going to take this and we're going to overlap, and we're going to be able to see some of the color through. So let's just lay that there. Let's see what we think. Bring this one down the side. I love adding dimension. Oh, that's looking fantastic. And then here, and I decided when I did this, if it touched onto the Noel a little bit, that's okay. It's solid enough that we can certainly see through it, and I like that. So I could have left it where I didn't, but I really want to. So I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and press. And then because I had, see, this isn't flat anymore, I thought let's go ahead and use mini glue dots for the pine cones. All right, so let's just go ahead and use a couple of them. Put this little guy here. And I'm not pressing, again, I don't press until I'm happy with the placement. And a couple more there. Oh, look at that. So, so sweet. Oh, I love this. Now, I've had a couple requests. They said, boy, I'd like to see what you do inside of your card. Well, a lot of times I do leave some blank, you know, so I can turn it into whatever I want. But this is a Christmas card, so it will be a Christmas card. So I have here some more Whisper White cardstock. I like to stamp, look at that, on something that's easier to read and it looks finished. And so I have here the sentiment also included in the set. And let's go ahead and use the Cherry Cobbler again. Push, flip, lock that lid into place. Okay, great. And let's come out here. It says, may the simple joys of the season be yours. Oh, looking oh so nice. Okay, so let's just give it a little bit of decoration inside, what I call a little something something. Let's bring back our Emerald Envy Classic Stampin' Pad. And let's go ahead, this is the detail one, but I'm going to show you, we're going to use them both in the same color to show you that fullness. So let's come down here and see, I can see where my sentiment is, so I don't touch that. Oh, you know, we could stop right there, we really could. Let's go ahead and make it full by adding this one. Like I said, the same color. And so make sure you're offset a little bit for that. Okay, get that rotated. Hopefully my head's not in the camera shot, but I won't be shocked if it is. Look how full, and isn't that gorgeous? So again, back with our Fast Fuse adhesive. Alright, slide once to the right, once to the left. Let's keep that in the center, and it does a beautiful job when we remember to do that. So there is the inside of my card with a little something something and the sentiment. So let me quickly tell you about my holiday catalog share. There are two parts to it. The first part is with the designer paper and the other specialty papers. I go ahead and divide that up to give you a very generous portion of each of that. And then I have the and more part, and here's the and more. All of these great accessories. Look at these beautiful ribbons, and these will coordinate with the designer series papers as well. We've got Christmas and with the fall papers and Christmas, and look at all this, and for Halloween, and these embellishments, little jingle bells, and I'm just going crazy over these little charms, and oh, the sequins, those soft colors, and the pine cones. Oh, these are so sweet. I've got to show you these. love these. We've got the holly. Oh, look at those bells, and then the little ginger man. Oh, so sweet. Oh, and then we can't forget about the enamel dots and the Halloween colors and these tassels. And so you'll get a portion of all of these, and it's just a fantastic way to have some of everything to use. And so I'll have the link underneath the video to my 2016 holiday catalog share, paper share, and the paper and more share. All right, so there you go. You're going to have a ball with that. I hope you enjoyed having a sneak peek into the 2016 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog as we made a Christmas card with the Christmas Pine stamp set and the Pretty Pines Thinlet dies. Don't forget, it's available in a bundle, so you save 10%. That starts September 1st, 2016 in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And we got to see the accessories, and these are going to be available for you to order all on September 1st, 2016. But if you'd like to have a generous portion of all of them, well, look for the link underneath the video for my 2016 Holiday Catalog share. And you can also get a portion of the Designer Series paper. So go ahead and check that link out. I'm Shelley Godbee, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.